Welcome back to. Oh, it's you.
Yeah.
Just because you're in the
well, I'm in your seat.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back to this year's edition of the NASCAR Blitz. Hopefully, we'll have more. We have a late comer here, Mr. Russ Martin.
How you doing?
Russ, by the way, when we say start time, that's when the flag goes down and we take off.
The Denny Hamlin's the 11 here.
So we talked about some of the stuff, new stuff, and any other new stuff in the realm. How about new faces with new sponsors?
Well,
or
getting back to the new stuff, they're running a new blend of gasoline.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's 15% alcohol. So that's different.
what was the old blend? What was the old mix? Was it?
The old blend was regular.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Well, it's
gas.
ethanol,
I
right?
test
Ethanol.
not alcohol.
Yeah, ethanol.
I test 106
yeah.
or whatever.
So what's going to be the difference? Is it better fuel mileage,
No,
or worse?
Worse fuel mileage.
Is that what they want? More pits? Get more
They're doing
interaction?
the whole green thing.
Yeah.
So that's
okay.
main.
Okay.
And in the gas can, it only has there's no catch can man, so you're gonna have 43 less people on pit lane, so less chance there of anybody getting injured. The problem is these guys used to go across, put a wrench in the back window, tighten up the track bar, and then the gas catch can man would do the adjustments while he's waiting to pull it out.
Okay.
You don't have that guy, so they gotta figure out how to do that more efficiently.
Yeah, they eliminate. What they did is they've gone to a self-venting quick fill can.
Closed loop
So
system.
yeah, it's putting the gas in and venting the tank all at the same
I actually
process
heard this morning that I was watching a show. They're concerned they can't tell when the tank's full.
Yeah, well, it's tougher
Because it doesn't shoot out the
before with the old style
spill.
catch can.
So
when
said
you
that
had
might
So you think
catch
it'll all come
somebody.
right back at them?
It does spill out. I mean, there is still fluid out there, but not nearly as much as the catch can man.
Yeah.
It's not doing his job very well, so it's going to be safer.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be safer, but it's it's just something everybody's got to get used to.
They'll work
you
through
don't
it.
know when the tank is full. The hookup system, when you add more parts to it, is more complicated. So now you could have an issue with guys not getting the tank full, not getting the valving in there correctly.
Well, they
and they're
tried
using
it for a whole year last year in a truck, so
yeah. Well, they're using
they got the bugs worked out of it, I would
But
guess.
you have to be more exact getting it in and
Mhm.
getting it out. If that car's starting to move away,
It's
going
going
to
to take the can with you.
They're going to have problems if if they drop that jack and that gas can's not out. There's going to be issues
with the old style. And I don't know what they used to, use like a type of a lubricant, petroleum, or a
To go in there.
to slide it in there a little easier. Now they have to use a different.
That's a little X-rated. I think I saw that on a movie one time.
I
Focus.
I thought we were close enough to know we could talk about that stuff. So, but anyway, now what
Switch
they're
to the
using
train going through the tunnel.
is a different type of stuff. And now it's clogging the fuel filters and everything as it's coming through.
Oh,
it's
okay.
It's not blending in.
I can't even say it.
Russ is 3
It's
shades
supposed to be
around.
about 75 degrees down there during race day.
So they're not using the KY jelly that they should be using.
Apparently.
Are they sponsoring anybody today?
Very informative, this show. That's why we love to do it.
It's
We
a new
love to do it.
It's a new system the guys are having trouble with.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They'll get the hang of it.
yeah, they'll figure it out. But it is taking longer. It's been taking about 2 seconds longer to put 2 tanks of fuel in.
Okay.
Because they got to turn around and give it tank away and get another tank
It
and then
actually
put it back in.
seems like it doesn't flow as fast either.
So
I watched
it
the
can't.
truck race Friday night, and it seemed like it took forever.
Well, you got that backflow coming through.
Yeah,
Before the
because
catch can took the pressure away.
Yeah, it takes longer. So.
Yep.
Did you notice some of the sprint teams had their pit crews pitting yesterday to get experience for today?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah. Well, Stewart's guys were his cup
Jimmy
guys.
Johnson
Apparently worked.
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson was pitting.
Well, your man won yesterday, right?
He did by a huge margin.
Like a 7/10 of a second or something?
007 seconds.
7,000.
Now, that was similar to the Bud Shootout. We'll go back to the Bud Shootout last week. That was a close finish, and then now we have the new track at Daytona.
Yeah.
And now, this, what I saw, and what they said is like 3 wide. There's no grooves. Like you said, I think we were talking about there's no grooves in the track yet. Is that going to be a huge thing today? Or is the track, is it a new type of surface, or is it straight asphalt? Or
It's just
still straight asphalt.
It's straight asphalt, but it's brand new asphalt. So before, you'd wear away that asphalt, and you'd be left with a lot of stone. The stone would cut the tires down, so in, I don't know, maybe 15 laps, your handling was going away because your tires were going away.
Now,
do you
foresee problems like last year with the? Obviously, they hope they don't have the potholes.
Nah, there should be no
They've got it
issue.
figured out now. Because they probably, and they do even on local roads, they lay a membrane down first, and that keeps a lot of the asphalt intact. And you're not going to get those blowholes like it did before. If you do, they'll stay right on top of it. They'll get it fixed quick.
They haven't had
It's
any
a new
problem all
surface.
weekend, so I don't see it.
Now I saw with the track in the Bud Shootout that they have 2 yellow lines at the bottom, which cost Hamlin the win,
Yes,
right? Because
right.
he got bumped down, or
No, he went down.
He went,
didn't
yeah.
get pushed.
Well, I mean, obviously he jerked it to try to get that last push.
It's-
But now, is that an automatic penalty now, or you have to go to the How do they work? How will they work it today? If someone goes down there, are you allowed to go two tires in and bring it back?
If you go down, you have to back off and not pass anybody.
You can't advance
The
your
rule is you
position.
can't advance.
Oh, you can't advance your position.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
but you can come back in and stay in your same
If
spot.
you get pushed down, you get pushed down, but you got to go back and get in line again.
If you're coming across and the 2 cars are side by side, and this guy drives you down below there, you are allowed to maintain.
Yeah, like say you're in first place and someone comes down and you're feeling it, and you don't want to, especially at the end of the race when there's 2 and 3.
You stay in first place. Yeah, you stay there.
You get to maintain.
Yep.
Don't you think coming down for the flag, though, it should be whatever you can get?
No.
Well, you
Nope.
know what?
I mean,
though,
I know you can't during the race.
Yeah, but you can't just change the rules for the last 400 yards.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
NASCAR can. They usually do.
And you
They
know
usually
what?
do.
And you know what? To
They
me,
throw
that's
the red flag right
Yeah.
that's the biggest problem with NASCAR is they keep changing everything year after
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
you maybe should keep it a little status quo so you get used to it.
Get some
Yeah.
history behind you.
Now,
Yeah.
now another thing is they got rid of the car tomorrow, right? So we're back.
No, it's still
No, it's still
around.
there.
They
It's
still have the
still
same
there.
spoiler, or
They
they
changed-
just
they took-
changed the back of the.
They changed the
put
balance. They don't have those struts anymore.
Right.
And that car will go through the dirt, sod will fly up, and that thing's intact. They really bolstered it up. It's strong.
Okay.
The thing
It's
is,
good
though,
now.
But you know what? You're right to a degree because they did away with the spoiler. They did away with the splitter on the front end. So to a degree, you're right. It's no longer the car tomorrow. They're just tweaking
It's
it as
evolved.
they come
The,
along.
Okay.
the
The
safety
biggest
part of the car
problem-
is still there.
Yep.
I mean,
biggest
the difference.
exactly.
The driver still moved over towards the center
Yeah.
of the car. They still got all those
It's
issues.
a-
Now I don't know how they're going to handle it, but they had. I saw a report that the Ford wants to race the Mustang.
Yeah.
Now, how is that working? We'll go back to we were talking to Nationwide. Like I thought that was a great idea for the Nationwide series to
Right.
race these cars. It's like Ford staple with Ford. Race the Mustang. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like rather than having these cookie cutter cars.
It doesn't.
And that, do you think that it would ever take away that big template of the
Never.
car? No.
Never.
No, 'cause
It's-
you got-
Jimmy. The only reason that's a Mustang is because it says Mustang.
Mustang on the front.
Sure.
I understand that. I
Okay.
understand the way it's
All right.
worked.
Okay.
But I'm just
Well,
like for
the
more.
perception.
Like I said, even when they brought the car tomorrow back, at least the car started to look like the car you would see on the lot. You know what I mean? Like
What they did,
not to say it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
you know.
They put it in the driver and crew chief's hands and the engine builder's hands. Because before, you used to get these guys for the first 3 weeks of the season. The Chevy guys would be complaining because Ford had a car that you couldn't draft with.
Right.
They would put a small hole like a bullet through the air, and they were going to win everything. So they make a change to the Ford cars, and then for the next 3 or 4 races,
Right.
they wouldn't do very
Yeah.
good.
Right.
The Chevy guys are like, ha, we won.
And then they changed for the Ford. Yeah,
So
I remember they used to
make the
change the
cars
way
the
like
same.
the
And
back of the spoiler could be
yeah.
longer for certain
Yeah,
cars
yeah,
and
yeah,
shorter
yeah.
for other ones.
Sit
Would it be
lower.
better if they just? I guess they tried that with the same spoiler, where you'd have to lock the same spoiler on, and they would mix them up, right, with the car.
Well, they were
tomorrow.
serialized, and they were handing them out,
Yeah.
I think they can make changes with...
But do you think it would get more people? Like
I
they
think
say
you're
like that
gonna-
the ratings have kind of maybe not gone down, but
They
basically leveled
flattened out.
off, and they've kind of lost some of maybe the older guys or the traditional
Well,
NASCAR.
you know-
Fight them up.
I think what they've lost is their original track identity. I don't really know if it has as much to do with the car as they've done away with the certain speedways that have made the sport what it is.
Right.
Oh.
They've moved the Darlington race. They
No
got
more
rid
North
of-
Wilkesboro.
No, exactly. No
Yeah.
more
The small,
Rocky
yeah,
Mountain.
like some of
Good
the, some of them,
courses.
just
You know, so
the
to
cool little
me,
tracks.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
you could sit at North Wilkesboro, and it didn't matter where you sat. You saw the whole track.
Right.
You saw every car.
Now
you
they're
saw
all like the
everything.
Texas Motor
So,
Speedway.
you
When
know,
you
when
go
you-
mainstream, you go big. You lose some of your local
You
flair.
lose
Some of the
big,
people
yeah.
that really were in it,
Right.
and then they got to appeal to the masses. Well, when you do that, you lose some of the people that got your sport to where it is now.
Yeah,
Right.
You know?
they've completely lost the whole identity of the fan and the driver concept. 'Cause
That's what I think. Like,
You know,
I mean,
that
we
is
bring that
what-
up all the time,
Yeah,
and
that to
that's why I
me
said
is
I think
huge.
maybe the Mustang coming back in. I mean, I think that's more if you think Ford and a race car, or maybe not a race car, but at least muscle car or like
Yeah.
a car that can perform rather
well, it
than
sounds
the
a lot better-
Taurus.
It sounds
Yeah.
a lot better than the Fusion or the Taurus.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
know.
I think from what I heard.
Maybe if Chevy would bring the Camaro, and I mean, maybe if it's not just the Camaro there. You know, you got the Charger.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, if Toyota, I mean, Camry. Who wants to, Toyota Camry? But I mean, they win. But I mean,
or any Toyota.
I mean, even the Chevy Impala was like a name, like a name in your head.
Yeah.
You know, or bring the Thunderbird.
Fan friendly. They're talking about maybe down the road making it the Mustang and making them look more like street cars.
That's what I'm saying. Like, would that be? Do you think that would be?
It's still only going to be the grill. It ain't going to be much more than that.
Right. Yeah. Because they'd still have to have the same bubble.
Yeah, the same things. Everything's
still going to have the same template.
But they want them to make it look a little more.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's like obviously you probably. I know the way the loyalty works with the fans and stuff. I know guys that watch certain drivers will drive that car, or go out and get that, or if he's a Chevy guy, he's driving the Chevy sitting in his driveway. NASCAR fan is loyal. I mean, if his driver's Coors Light, he's drinking a Coors Light. If he's a Miller Lite guy or MGD guy, they were
Monday,
Sunday.
Sells on Monday. Yeah.
But obviously, Dave's, he's got Old Spice. I can smell it on me now. It stinks up, like kind of like his driver.
No.
Yeah, he shops at Office Depot.
You
need
a new shirt though. That shirt's no good anymore.
Don't look at my garage though.
Yeah. Can you tape over it?
I did last year.
All right. Well, why don't we take a quick break and we'll be right back and we'll dig into the Daytona 500. We'll be right back with some more Barroom Blitz NASCAR style.
All right.